Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is going to be a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Please remember to take what resonates and toss the rest. Okay. Alright, so what's going on with Scorpio? Tower. Blocked. Two of Pentacles. So I feel like you blocked somebody who was juggling or somebody who's playing with your money. Somebody's dress up became an obsession. And there's some sort of neurolink trying to overpower a neurodivergent, somebody who is not lost in the sauce. Now this could be you bringing a tower to this person because you can't be controlled. Like I said, some sort of dress up became an obsession here. Something that wasn't what it seemed to be. Judgment is the challenge here. And somebody's stuck in making this judgment because they have to make a choice. Sagittarius energy, Scorpio energy heavily here on the board. Somebody has to make a choice. Otherwise they're going to get, they could possibly even get locked up. There could be some sort of legal situation here. Most recent past. Yeah, somebody was acting very recklessly when they walked away. From love. From their emperor. From their divine counterpart. From the leader that they were... Maybe they're walking away from a leadership position that they need to stand in firmly. But it has something to do with the Ace of Cups, which is what they love. A boss walking away from something they love because of some kind of careless communication. In the immediate future is that choice to apologize and make something right, to make an offer. Factors affecting the situation. Whoa. Six of Pentacles. Generosity. Being fair. Someone needs to be fair. And yeah, the devil's there too. So this is somebody wanting to control another person's work, another person's. It feels like a feminine energy trying to control somebody else, trying to control a masculine, and the feminine energy is not even a comparison. It's the feminine energy is a. They're a boss too, but they're like a level down. So the Nine of Swords is the outside influence. I feel like somebody's afraid a secret's gonna come out. Yeah, something that has to do with work. And juggling work. Hopes and fears. Hopes and fears. Now, I don't know where you're at on this spectrum, Scorpio, but I feel like you're the tower. You're the tower somebody wasn't expecting. I feel like you're the neurodivergent here. You're the person that somebody's trying to overpower and they can't. Not with money, not with status, not with anything. Because you simply don't have the, what I want to say, all the information. You don't have all the information. You're getting it though. Somebody's broke. And then everybody's fighting. Look at this, 555. This is about to change. So there's going to be some sort of change in a relationship, especially professionally, because there's somebody here that got left out in the cold, who's a whole boss and a whole this is gonna get this is gonna get bad, because whoever this person is that turned you down or walked away from you, maybe even ghosted you or left you out in the cold, they made a huge mistake. Huge mistake. 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles. Huge mistake. You don't ghost somebody who's an equal to you. This is energy that was equal. It was the Emperor and the Empress, and what came in between it was something less than both of them, which was a Queen of Pentacles. Possibly a marriage, people fighting, people arguing, people regretting leaving somebody out in the cold. We got Flyin Monkeys trying to work something out, trying to collaborate, trying to fix what they broke here. But if you're the neurodivergent here, you already know that these people, because they left you out of something that they should have never left you out of, now they're stuck with their choices. They're stuck with their options, which is a less than savvy situation, because they left the one out. This was a really stupid move on somebody's part. They're not going to be able to get out of this until they include the one that was the original to start with. The neurodivergent, the one that doesn't fall in line with the whole group. Because that person knows their worth. And the fact that they tried so hard to make this person feel like they weren't worthy was in vain. Because they already know who they are. They don't have to go with a group of flying monkeys, which is what this is. It's a group of flying monkeys that thought they had power over a divine being. Damn. So now they're stuck until they fix it. They're stuck. Eight of Swords, four of Swords. They're stuck till they fix it. And now, but the tower's just going to keep crumbling. Everything's just going to keep falling until they make this right. Till they let go of control. Trying to hold somebody up by their fetuses, and I feel like that's you, Scorpio. You know, we have a very emotionally balanced person here who is seeing things from a different perspective. And the fact that this is somebody letting go of the tug-of-war rope. You know? And letting them hang themselves with the rope that they cast for you. So this is somebody just, you know, letting go. You can fall in the mud all by yourself with that flying monkey circus that you trying to engage in, because somebody neurodivergent does not lower themselves to that sort of fuckery. And the King of Cups pops out again. The King of Cups let go of the rope and let these people hang themselves with it. It was their match. And that's the truth. And now they're figuring that out. Now they're figuring that out. They weighed the pros and the cons. And I think the cons outweighed the pros with this flying monkey circus. Judgment is being passed. Oof. You don't do this to a divine being. You do not do this to someone who is ordained by God. You don't. Because that is going to flip right back on you. And you'll be stuck with the shambles of the destruction of this flying monkey circus. And somebody's ruining their life. I feel like this person can't sleep, can't eat. They're so stressed over what they've done. They feel this Sagittarius energy, they want to send you a message. They want to try to fix something here. But they're going about it the wrong way. They're going about it the wrong way. They're being very careless with their actions. They're being very careless with their words. And I feel like somebody doesn't know what to say. There's pure jealousy here. This whole circus is jealous of this one divine being, and they thought that if they left this divine being out of the mix and out of the deal, whatever this deal is, this collaboration is, that they were going to win something. Possibly money, generosity, somebody paying them to do this. But the divine has other plans here. It will resurrect whatever was walked away from for the benefit of the person who is in their honor and standing up for themselves in a right way. Oof. Yeah. So justice will prevail. And there will be an ending. However, something will be reborn from it. Painful, permanent ending. This is sad. Sagittarius, Scorpio energy. Libra. Justice will prevail here. And somebody knows that. Somebody who's possibly the leader of these flying monkeys. What is this choice in the immediate future? It's a choice of the leader. Make good choices, whoever you are. Because you're going to be facing an awful lot. I feel like somebody's about to be humiliated in front of a whole bunch of people. And it will cause a painful, permanent ending to this flying monkey circus. Because an apology to High Priestess has to happen. All these people were trying to throw one person under the bus for their own gain. But this leader has found love. And is very, very attracted, swing, swing, bling, bling, to that love. But there will be an ending to holding on to someone else's stuff. Or holding on to a way of life that they are used to. They have to give up. They have to give props to the right person here, and they've been giving it to all these flying monkeys and these fakes and these false and these phonies. Six of Pentacles to the Star. The Neurodivergent, the one who made a wish And the wish is coming true. And all of these people know it. That's why they've been so hell-bent on trying to humiliate this person in public. Because they thought that was going to stop their ships from coming in. 3 of Wands to the 5 of Swords. That's over. Maybe somebody just don't know it yet. But it's over. This person, this leader, is about to be fair to something that they wished for. And this whole circus is crumbling and just devastated because this empress, or this person that they were hoping was going to get left out in the cold, isn't. And this group has to apologize because it's happening. Because a contract must be fulfilled. 4 of Wands and the Hierophant. A marriage, a union, a home must be fulfilled according to the divine. Not according to Joe Schmo, Crow, Bill, Ted, all these other people, but according to the will of the divine. And that is stronger than any of these fictional characters that have inserted themselves into this story. Leo energy. The Chariot's coming. And the Chariot's winning. And all these people who left this Empress sitting on red and out in the cold are fixing to pay for their actions. Legally. Because what they took belonged to her. The one who is neurodivergent. Who does not fall in line. Who makes their own rules. And who will leave them out in the cold. And that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid they're not going to get a piece of this. Because of their flying monkey asses. They're damn right. More than likely, they will be left out in the cold. But this is over. And it has to be fixed. Even if it's scary. 6 of Pentacles again to the 4 of Swords. Somebody has to fix this. Because if they don't fix it, they're going to keep spiraling down, 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 down. And that tower is going to burn completely to the ground. Because it will come out in the open. The death that somebody tried to cause to a divine being is about to come out in the open. And whoever you are, I feel like you're going to be very, very happy. Whether or not it's a relationship, it doesn't matter. But I do feel like there's an equal give and take here. I feel like this emperor has chosen the empress. Even though in the past they may have left them out in the cold. And everybody, all these flying monkeys, this whole group was hoping that that's what was going to happen. You knew better, Scorpio. You knew better. You knew what was going to happen here. You just didn't tell anybody. 6 of Swords to the 2 of Cups. Somebody's coming in to propose or to make a... because they had the 4 of Wands, the Hierophant, and now the 2 of Cups. Somebody is bringing in what they were urged to do in the first place. And I feel like they're going to feed this group a bunch of bullshit. They're gonna tell this group they gotta apologize. But yeah, they're keeping this hidden. They're not gonna tell this group. They're not gonna tell these people. They're gonna feed them a bunch of bullshit. Look. 7 of Cups, 3 of Pentacles, and the Moon. Yep, they're gonna keep this hidden. They're not gonna tell anybody that they ran their chariot to justice. They're gonna make something right. They don't have any choice. It's either make it right, do right by somebody, or they're gonna lose it all. Not only with the group, but maybe with their own stability, and they know they're being judged by the divine right now. They know if they don't do what's right, they're going to face betrayal and a painful permanent ending because of this group of flying monkeys, this group of fake, false collaborations hiding in the background, everybody trying to fix things secretly without telling or including a divine being, an empress. It's like this divine masculine, or this father figure, or whatever it is trying to tell everybody, what to do, while secretly they're trying to make something right with an empress. But they're not going to tell anybody about it. They're going to hide it. Because they know that what they're about to face is judgment. And either they're going to resurrect something that was meant to be, or they're going to go down with this ship and get betrayed by all these illusions. Something they made up in their head. And so it's either the opinion of the many or the opinion of the one that matters. It's a choice. Either way you look at it. Pisces, Cancer, and Libra energy, along with Pisces and Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo. Alright, let's see what else we can get here. Man, there's a lot of conviction in these cards today. Yeah. Somebody's going to have to balance something out to receive their crown and sacrifice their authority to a partnership to transform their creativity or their sacral chakra into positive movement forward for financial and material and spiritual changes. But it's going to take patience and planning, because this group of flying monkeys is very deceptive and envious. What are you losing? What are you losing? If you're losing a band of flying monkeys who are a bunch of jealous haters, what are you losing? Seriously. You're gaining a divine union. Isn't that worth the sacrifice of all these haters? I don't know. You do you, boo. It's your power. You do with it as you wilt. But my suggestion would be that you have some integrity. Yeah, somebody's definitely tired of the drama. They hate nothing about you. Somebody, like I said, they kicked the divine being to the curb because of, they thought they was being smart. But now they're getting busted for burning some kind of evidence. And there's a fake apology coming for Somebody got caught with something here, and I feel like this is a bust, and I feel like it's a big bust. Somebody could lose everything if they don't listen to their higher self. And I feel like this Empress, who's been left out of the whole thing, is just sitting there watching it go down as this copycat don't want to hear it because they're a hater and they're promiscuous, and whoever they were promiscuous with, these Flyin Monkey Circus, was the one who betrayed them. Tried to control this whole situation, and they weren't even there was a lack of emotional intelligence, in my opinion, in this situation. Somebody expected a new beginning from a flying monkey, and that was a big mistake. Big mistake. Yeah. Somebody's fixing to lose it all. Lose it all. For some kind of childish ass game. There was a pathway here. With a false person who was more concerned about their journey than they should have been. Possibly even used a child as bait, or as I'm getting like somebody fake ID, somebody pretended to be older than they were, and they ended up being a minor, and that's what's getting this whole thing busted over. Somebody's journey is definitely going to be over, and it might end up behind bars because somebody who is a fake and a phony really pulled the wool over somebody's eyes because they were blinded. They were blinded by this. Instead of doing the right thing, they went down the snowy highway and lost sight of what was important. Yeah, some sort of message here. A sacrifice of a shadow must be made. If this, I can't emphasize this enough. If this sacrifice isn't made, because it's unknown how this is going to turn out at this point, because this is just a warning. It's time to be on your own and be independent and not follow the crowd, whoever you are. Because that crowd is going to lead to destruction. One way, shape, or form. And I'm getting, like I said, I'm getting fake IDs, underage people, partying, and that becoming more important than a divine union or a divine bossing up of the masculine and feminine energy. But you do you, boo. I mean, you do whatever you make. I mean, if it makes you happy, knock yourself out. But I'm just going to give anybody who's in this a warning. It will lead to the other side, the reverse side. If you don't sacrifice this communication, records, instant messaging, there is evidence. There's evidence. Time to lead and be free. You can coexist with your shadow, but you have to be in control of it. You can't allow it to control you. And somebody's shadow is controlling them with a whole group of Flyin Monkey circuses. I can't make it up. The shadow self is in control of someone here because of this. Is it worth it? Is it really worth it? Because there's somebody here who's desperate and jealous, who wants to take away somebody else's inner strength and put them back to sleep. But balance is needed, and the responsibility needs to be taken to be able to get good news. Somebody's afraid of being laughed at. Get some help. I'm just going to say that. If you need to see a therapist to get some help and help you work out, who's real and who's not real in your life, then get some help. Ask for help. Ask for somebody to help you. Because there's something here that you really need to pay attention to that isn't real. It isn't real. It's a whole circus of monkeys all sitting around doing this, thinking they got this in the bag, they got this solved. And in the mix is a plant. In the mix is somebody who's going to get everybody in trouble. Because it's karmic. Because it's a lesson. And somebody's stability is going to be affected by their passion. So, performance, growth, meeting and conversing more. This is what I'm saying. So, whoever the divine being is that this person's supposed to come in, they wanted them to chase them. Yeah, empresses don't chase, they attract. So before you try to ghost an empress, a boss, somebody who sits in their power, and then expect them to chase you, good luck. That's all I'm going to say about that. They ain't going to chase you. They're going to let you fall into your own trap here with all these flying monkeys. And then when you do, and you're in despair in the Five of Cups energy, they're going to look at you and say, yeah, well, you left me out. What'd you want? Did you want something that was going to be long lasting, or did you want the fly-by-night? You got the fly-by-night. You got what it cost you. And they're not... That Empress ain't gonna feel bad about that. She can't. You decided that was what you wanted, so that's what you got. Got Lightning Boy for the advice here. Let's see what it says. I think this has something to do with immaturity. Okay, this says, there is a story from the Pleiades of a boy who was struck by lightning. Similar to your Earth, many of our worlds contain these forces which cause for electric bolts to breach from the sky to Earth. In particular, in this story, the lightning boy, who one day unexpectedly gets jolted by thunderous solar shock, sending, somebody, like I said, somebody's about to get a huge wake-up call, big tower, maybe even from heaven above. Alright, so sending pulsations through the veins in the body, and the boy is temporarily pronounced dead as Pleiadian medical staff attempt to restore him back to vitality. But just as all hope is lost, this child, which we refer to as Macaw, is instantly brought back to life and now holds prophetic visions of what is to occur. He forewarns all of those listening that a great cataclysm is heading to this very specific part of the land, and instructs for all beings in the area to depart immediately. Reluctantly, the villagers follow, and soon after, a massive earthquake rips into the land, pulsating into the very area that Macaw forewarned to his community. The story of the lightning bolt is often foretold in our lands, for it wise to always be open to wisdom and guidance, hitting you when you least expected. Here is Macaw, a young lad pronounced dead, who has jolted back to life to be a hero and save many lives through his experience. We share his story because your life has deep purpose. Sometimes the situation can look bleak and seem that there is no end in sight. The situation... Wait a minute. But just as Macaw being at death's door, one fortunes can change in the blink of an eye, with life pulling you back to fulfill a much deeper purpose that you never deemed possible. The story of Macaw is a reminder to never give up on yourself, for through your perseverance, you will perform heroic acts that will help many others down the road. An additional interpretation of this card is that now is the time to give up. No matter the challenges to adversity you face, your Pleiadian family of light is requesting for you to go deep into the pools of faith to know that your situation can change instantly. Keep moving, keep flowing, and all will arise in time. So patience, rest, rejuvenation, because somebody's experiencing an earthquake right now in their life. They have a choice to make: to leave it behind or to stay and let the building fall on top of them. It's a lesson some of us have to learn the hard way. Well, those are your messages, my darlings. Please remember to press that like button, subscribe, and share. That is how we get the messages out to everyone, because I do believe there are many people who need to hear this message. I think it's an important one. I love you very much, my baby dragons. Please try to get this out. Alright? Love you. Bye for now.